Hey guys, this is DarkCat with a deck check for you today. Now, so basically Vanguard Cardfight has started all over again, basically, but this time in English. So what I have for you today is an English-based tournament based on all the English cards there are. Now, of course, this is only from the booster one and the first two trial decks, because those are the only ones in English. So, all these cards are in booster one, and it's a very good English tournament deck that I would recommend to almost anyone who's going to play in them. So yeah, this is the main deck that's going to win lots and lots of tournaments. So, first of all, it's called Mr Overlord, and it's kind of a troll deck, I guess, but it's really fun to play, and I'll just take you through all the cards. So first of all, we have Conroe as the starting Vanguard. We have got, of course, 4 heal triggers, 4 stand triggers, Kagero, 4 Kagero draw triggers, and 4 Battle Riser Nova stand triggers. Now, grade 1, we've got 3 of the 8k vanillas for Nova Grapplers, 2 of the Kagero 8k vanillas, 3 Queen of Heart, 2 Flame of Hope ammo, and 4 Claydol Mechanic. Grade 2s, we've got 3 Nahal, 1 Proxy, 4 Hungry Dumpty, 4 King of Sword. And then for the grade 3s, we've got 4 Dragonic Overlord and 4 Mr Invincibles. So these are all the cards in the deck. Now we'll just go on to how this deck plays, all their effects and questions. So basically we've got all the cards of this deck spread out. Now, yes, it is a mixed clan deck, so some of the issues you're going to have is the triggers, of course. So again, going through all the cards, you've got Conroe, you retire it, counterblast 1, search for a grade 1 Kagero unit. That moves to rearguard when you ride over it with another Kagero, so I would put in a couple more bars for this reason, maybe take out a Tough Boy. Now with the triggers, you've got the 4 Battle Riser, the 4 draw triggers, the 4 stand triggers, and the 4 heal triggers of Kagero. 4 heal triggers you can't go wrong with, and you want extra stands for Dragonic Overlord. But, yeah, because it's a mixed deck, you want to, and of course they're mainly just Kagero triggers, you want to have more Kageros, well, at least Kageros, like some Kageros on the field. Dragonic Overlord will be the main one, but, yeah, you just really want to think about adding extra Kagero units, maybe taking out a couple of cards for more Kageros here, because at the moment it does look like extra Novas. Now, with the grade 1s, you've got Flame of Hope ammo, of course. Its effect is nice. When the attack hits, discard 1 to draw a card, as long as it boosts Kagero, I believe. 3 Tough Boy, can't go wrong with the AK vanilla. 3 Queen of Heart, good for boosting King of Sword, although I would think about taking them out because the main 2 front row rear guards will be Dragonic Overlord. Now, a very good card in this deck is Claydol Mechanic. What Claydol Mechanic does is, when you call it and you have a Vanguard that's an Overgrappler, you can unflip 1 damage, and this is really the main point of the deck, as I will be explaining, unflipping damage. And then of course you got 2 bar, I would add more. 3 Nahal, nice 10k vanilla. 4 Hungry Dumpty, again like Claydol Mechanic's effect, except a grade 2 version of it, also 9k, very good. The great thing about this deck is, since the grade 2s are 10ks and 9ks, you don't really need to worry about the strength or the power of the grade 1s, because they'll boost it to 15k if not 16 easily. And of course the Nova Grappler vanilla. And then for the grade 3s, you've got this is called Mr Overlord, Mr Invincible, and Dragonic Overlord. and this is what really structures the deck. This is really its strategy. Like, you've got Mr. Invincible, who unflips damage for you, and then you've got Draconic Overlord, who uses the damage. It's counterblast 3. So really what this deck is, you're attacking with very strong attacks from Draconic Overlord, and then unflipping the damage with Claydol Mechanic, Hungry Dumpty, and Mr. Invincible to do it again on the next turn. So this is where you do lots of powerful attacks and lots of turns, and yeah, just makes this deck very good. And this is the deck that is very powerful in this Booster 1, this English format tournaments. This deck will win. Of course it is in Japanese, but yeah, this is the deck that you want to be playing. So yeah.
Alright, hi, I'm Mac Nugget here as well. I'm just going to ask DarkCat some questions about the deck and some of its more indistinct weaknesses. For example, if you're playing a full-on Kagero deck that revolves on retiring your rearguards, say, Berserk Dragon, for example, that will snipe your Kagero rearguards just to take out the possibilities of having Kagero triggers while you have Mr. Invincible. How do you overcome that?
Yes, that's very true. If you've got a smart opponent, then yes. What you really have to think about is things like that. That's why I would say maybe add a few more get rid of maybe the Queen of Hearts for more bar, of course, and maybe Flame of Hope ammo. Just try to keep at least one Kagero unit maybe in your hand. Like, you gotta think of cards that will boost the Vanguard, like, you know, maybe you'll put bar behind it. You just need to really sort it out. If your opponent is really smart, yes, they will think about like things like that, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Also, another problem you may face is Royal Paladin decks, because they can also retire rearguards, but you have the same outcome for that, I would say. You're running 8 grade 3s. Why not 7? Why not 9? I don't know.
I guess you could think about maybe put Mr. Invincible down to 3, but you see, you'll definitely want it like as the Vanguard, like all the time, so you get the effects of Hungry Dumpty and Claydol Mechanic, who need the Nova Grappler Vanguard. You never really want to ride Mr. Overlord as you want them in the front row rearguards. That's why you need 4, just in case they get retired. And yeah, so you just really need them in any case, and I probably wouldn't change it.
Also, why are you using Conroe instead of Battle Riser? I mean, Battle Riser moves out from the soul as well, and can boost to 6k and return to the deck. And you're using Conroe instead when you could be using an extra, say, Kagero grade 1.
Yeah, true, I guess. Yeah. I could think about those if you want to make this deck even cheaper to run. Battle Riser is a good 6k boost, but which helps it to return to the deck, of course. But of course you get to search for more grade 1s, and that can help you keep cards of Kagero on the field, like an extra ammo and an extra bar and things like that.
Alright, and what are your overall thoughts on this deck? I've seen you play it before, and it was against me, and I lost horribly. But that's the whole point, to troll your opponent out of their minds by continuously counterblasting with Overlord upwards of maybe twice a turn, if that. But yeah, what are your overall thoughts?
Well, it's very fun deck to play, very annoying. As I said, it's just very good for English format tournaments, and for the, you know, current all the booster 1 sets. This deck will just win because it's just amazing. Yeah, I just quickly thought of it, so it's not structured too well. I guess you want more Kagera units for the triggers especially. But yeah, and the fact that you can just use Mr. Overlord's effect like 3 turns in a row, you just keep going, it's just amazing, it's fun, and it's definitely a deck that you'll have lots of fun with, and that you will most likely win with, as long as you can play it right. There is a bit to think about it, of course, when you're starting this deck, but you can really get through it as long as you just keep certain units on the field when you drive, and you should go well. But yeah, I like this deck. It's a fun deck. It's a deck that I've been meaning to make for a while now, and since I can start entering English format tournaments with only Booster 1 and Trial Decks 1 and 2, I can play with this deck and hopefully go well with it. So yeah, but this deck really becomes weak after Booster 1. I mean, at Booster 2 and 3 you've got real out there clans, and it really just ruins it. I mean, I guess you could add cards that would help this become a little bit better, but really, it really ends after Booster 1.
Well, I have a disagreement to that. You could add Vortex Dragon, maybe. Vortex Dragon's effect retire 3 rear guards, and in conjunction with, say, Relentless Sutherland and Demonic Dragon Madonna person Joker, that could be a real powerhouse in a different sort of way, because you can shut them down while keeping your cards strong. That, and yeah, Spike Brothers and Grand Blue are coming out soon in the Booster 2 for English, but yeah, that's sort of gonna make it slightly weaker, but it probably could still hold its own against some more powerful decks. And yeah, this is just a bit different from your general Oracle Think Tank deck, isn't it now?
Yeah.